Your body is speaking to you every single day, but most of us never learned how to listen. The signs are subtle at first: slight brain fog, a faint headache, a dip in energy, a moment of irritability you can't explain. These aren't personality flaws or random inconveniences, they are signals, and the most surprising part is that one of the biggest triggers behind these signals is something as basic as dehydration. When your body doesn't have enough water, it doesn't simply shut down, it adapts, it compensates. It shifts resources from one organ to another in an attempt to keep you alive and functioning. But compensation always comes at a cost. You see, water is the foundation for nearly every metabolic process. It carries nutrients, drives chemical reactions, maintains blood fluidity, and stabilizes electrical signals between cells. When hydration drops even slightly, your organs go into a low-level emergency mode. Your brain slows its firing to conserve energy. Your kidneys retain fluid to prevent further loss. Your heart works harder to push thicker blood through your arteries. Your gut struggles to move food efficiently. All of this is your body's way of saying, "I'm trying, but I need your help." Most people misinterpret these signals. They feel tired and think they need caffeine. They feel unfocused and assume they didn't sleep enough. They feel hungry and start snacking, but often these feelings are simply dehydration wearing a disguise. The body is incredibly intelligent but incredibly subtle. It won't shout until it's desperate. Instead, it whispers through symptoms that look unrelated. Listening to these whispers is one of the most powerful health habits you can develop. Consider this: your cells operate like finely tuned engines. And engines don't run on fuel alone. They require lubrication. Water is that lubrication. Without it, friction increases, waste products accumulate, and performance drops dramatically. Even your hormones depend on water for transport and regulation. When hydration is low, cortisol rises, insulin becomes less efficient, and your mood shifts unpredictably. These aren't moral weaknesses. They're metabolic responses rooted in physiology. When you begin to hydrate consistently, something remarkable happens. The signals calm down, the fog lifts, the irritability fades, your heart rate stabilizes, digestion becomes smoother. Your brain feels sharper, more present, more capable. This isn't magic or motivation. It's biology functioning the way it was designed to. Hydration gives your body the permission it has been waiting for, permission to stop compensating and start operating optimally. And here's the empowering truth: hydration is entirely within your control. You don't need a prescription, a supplement, or a complicated routine. You need consistency, you need awareness, you need to treat water not as a chore, but as a fundamental act of self-support. When you drink water, you're not just quenching thirst, you're answering the signals your organs have been trying to send you. You're saying, "I hear you," and the moment you begin listening, your body begins healing. Energy is not something that appears out of nowhere. It's not a personality trait, it's not luck, and it's not simply the result of motivation. Energy is created through chemistry, through the precise, delicate reactions happening inside your cells every second. And water is the medium that allows those reactions to occur. Without proper hydration, your metabolism becomes like an engine trying to run without oil. It might move, but every part is under strain and performance drops dramatically. Inside your cells are tiny power plants called mitochondria. These mitochondria are responsible for producing ATP, the molecule that powers every action in your body, from thinking to breathing to moving to repairing tissue. But ATP production is not possible without water. Water allows nutrients to be transported into the cell, waste to be removed, and enzymes to function in the exact conditions they require. Even a mild level of dehydration levels you may not even feel begins to disrupt this system. The mitochondria slow down, ATP production decreases, and fatigue sets in. Not because you're lazy, not because you're undisciplined, but because your cells are trying to run without the environment they need to create energy. When people experience low energy, they often look for external solutions: more coffee, more sugar, a quick snack, but those are temporary chemical tricks, not true solutions. They stimulate, they push, they force the body to compensate. Meanwhile, hydration is the quiet, unglamorous, foundational solution. It doesn't push your system, it supports it. It doesn't spike energy, it restores it. When you hydrate, you're not relying on artificial boosts. You're enabling your body to generate energy naturally. Here's something most people never consider. Even your blood relies on hydration to transport oxygen efficiently. Oxygen is the fuel delivery system for your energy production. When you're dehydrated, blood becomes thicker, circulation slows, and less oxygen reaches your tissues. And what happens when your tissues don't get oxygen? They tire quickly, muscles fatigue sooner, your brain slows down. Your heart works harder. Again, the root cause isn't weakness, it's fluid imbalance. Hydration also impacts energy by regulating hormones. Cortisol, your stress hormone, rises when the body senses dehydration. High cortisol doesn't just affect mood, it drains energy by forcing the body into survival mode. Insulin sensitivity drops as well, making it harder for cells to access glucose. Meaning, you can eat perfectly and still feel tired if your body can't use the fuel you're giving it, all because hydration is missing from the equation. But here's the empowering message: the solution is simple. You don't need a complicated plan or an expensive protocol. You need water. Consistent, adequate hydration creates the internal environment where your metabolism thrives. It allows your brain to fire faster, your muscles to contract efficiently, your heart to work smoothly, and your cells to produce energy at full capacity. Hydration is not a small habit. It is one of the most powerful tools you have for unlocking natural, sustainable energy. When you hydrate properly, you're not forcing your body to perform. You're allowing it to show you what it has been capable of all along. The beauty of true health is that it rarely hinges on massive, dramatic changes. Instead, it transforms through small, consistent habits that accumulate over time, habits so simple that most people overlook them. Hydration is one of those habits. It's not glamorous, it's not complicated, and it doesn't require willpower or expensive tools. Yet it has the power to repair systems that have been stressed for years. This is one of the most empowering truths in human biology. Small daily actions can reverse major long-term damage, and hydration is one of the most impactful examples of that principle. Think about your body for a moment. Every organ you have, your heart, brain, kidneys, liver, muscles, has endured years of stress. Stress from poor sleep, processed foods, long workdays, emotional strain, metabolic challenges, and environmental toxins. Your organs have had to compensate, adjust, and protect you. Hydration is the daily support they desperately need to continue doing that job well. You might not feel the damage happening in real time, but dehydration slowly chips away at cellular integrity. It thickens your blood, strains your heart, burdens your kidneys, slows digestion, and disrupts neurological firing. You might call it aging, but in many cases, it's simply chronic underhydration. Now here's the uplifting part: the body is incredibly forgiving. It doesn't hold grudges. It responds immediately when you give it the support it needs. When you hydrate consistently, cells begin to repair. Blood viscosity improves, the kidneys flush more effectively, hormones stabilize, mitochondria, the engines of your cells, start producing energy more efficiently. Hydration isn't just about providing water, it's about giving your organs the environment they need to restore themselves. Most people underestimate what consistent hydration can do over weeks, months, and years. Imagine giving your heart a break by easing the workload of pumping thick, dehydrated blood. Imagine helping your kidneys filter waste without constant strain. Imagine your brain finally having the fluid balance required for sharp thinking, stable mood, and clear memory. Hydration is the simplest form of preventive medicine you can practice daily, and every swallow compounds into long-term resilience. And here's the real motivation. You are not powerless in your health journey. You don't need to overhaul your life to protect your organs or improve your metabolism. You need commitment to the basics. Drinking water is not a small act. It's an investment in your energy, your mood, your longevity, and your ability to thrive decades from now. People often wait until symptoms become severe before taking action. But hydration allows you to intervene early, quietly, invisibly, and effectively. Every sip is a message to your body. I am helping you heal. Every glass is a reminder. I'm choosing vitality over neglect. Every day you hydrate consistently, you are performing one of the most powerful acts of self-care imaginable. The human body is designed to recover, to repair, and to thrive. Hydration is one of the simplest ways you can honor that design, one small daily choice that leads to profound, lifelong change.